And says I am live. Greg just texted me, no live. Greg, I just went live. I'm live right now. Carlos is here. Tim's here. Fedora Gent's here. Todd's here. Yep. So a few other people will join in. Yes, Greg, I'm live. Bean Boy's chiming in all the way from Pennsylvania. Tennessee Mike is here. Hopefully you're doing okay, buddy. Tennessee Mike had a little problem. He's tough though. He can handle it. Paul's checking in from Dallas. Nick is here. Floridian's here. Long Island John. Dwight's checking in from the West Coast. MM10 checking in from the Bay Area. Long Island John says, new watch Monday. Longines Legend 39. I think you just posted that up in the Discord. I will share. I can share that right now. Let me go to share screen window, and we'll go over here, and we can share the Discord because there's always fun stuff in the Discord. Most of you guys are already in the Discord. Let's see, Jeff's here, Otto's here, Doug's here, Nathan's here, Steve's here, Celine Driver, Troll Killer number 1's here, Chris YZ80's here. So let's see. Mr. James Duffy's rocking a Tudor North. You almost never see these North flags posted anymore, and that's a killer watch. I owned one for a brief moment and got rid of it. So let's see. YZ80 posted up the Blue Coral 3rd gen monster while I was playing pool. Did you post up your new watch? Maybe it's an incoming. Ah, there it is. So that's the new watch Long Island John's talking about right there. Posted it up in the incoming thread. It is a Longines Legend Diver. I'm assuming that's the 39. Did you say that was the 39? I think so. And let's see here. What else is going on? The theme of the week is always fun. If you guys are not in the Discord, this is... Whoa. Why is there a Tron? So theme of the week this week, let's just run through it real quick for those that are not in the Discord. If you want to follow along with what a lot of Discord members do, this week, Monday, that was today, Muggle Monday, a watch normies have no idea how cool it is. Gecko Dragon came up with that idea. Let's scroll up and see what people posted to, looks like Aaron's Watches posted a Tactical Frog chronograph, very colorful, very cool looking. And Steve Vett posted I believe that's that Citizen paper dial quartz watch Chrono Master or something like that. That's a really cool watch. I had to click on this one. Anton posted this one. I still can't read it very good. Cedric the Entertainer. No, Cedric. I don't even know what that is. I've never seen it before, but that's a power reserve indicator. It's actually a really cool looking watch. So yeah, I'm sure Muggles don't know what that is. I didn't know what it was. Jets, yep, the Mugla suit. That's for sure. And then the forged carbon square, which if you ever get a chance to try one of those on, it's very trippy. Like I have the titanium MRG, and that's really cool. But the forged carbon one is like, it plays tricks on your mind because it's incredibly light. Was there any more? This guy up to, yep, right there. So I did a video on that one. So that's a perfect pick. It's a Casio, like higher end one. That's just kind of bizarre. I didn't look to see what Hector had here. What is this? I am not familiar with that brand, and the hand's kind of blocking it. So, but pretty cool nonetheless. Okay, so now if we go back and we can look to see Tuesday, so tomorrow, your most legible watch to see how much of your life is being wasted in all those damn meetings at work. Again, credit to Gecko Dragon on a few of these. So I'm going to have to pick my most legible watch. I'm not sure. Well, actually, it doesn't matter because I'm wearing the Tudor left-hand drive Pelly for like 90 days. So, and it's pretty legible. So that'll meet the criteria. Wednesday, best grab and go quartz watch. So I'm not going to be participating in this because I'm going to keep wearing the Tudor. Thursday, you can only take one watch as the fire approaches. That's unfortunately what's happening in California. Friday, travel day, GMT. Saturday, watch nerd, and Sunday, travel day, your newest watch. So those are what's going on in mods here. There's some cool stuff going on in mods too. Larry C's always building stuff. So anyway, that's what is going on with all that. So let's now go to this screen. We'll go there. And I'm going to read over here what you can't see. Okay, I'll put that out of the way. All right, let's read the comments. Try to read some comments. Doug, there's some comments going on here. I swear if Michael keeps hating on Zelos, I'm going to put him in the corner this year. Sell them all. You can still wear the Tudor and have another. Oh, good point, Fedora. I find it very difficult to wear a watch on my right wrist. It's not my favorite thing. Tennessee Mike's trying to do it right now, actually. They need to buy fewer watches in 2025. Focus on quality. So I often start off in that mindset, and then I go to a couple of watch shows, usually micro brands there, and I pretty much screw it all up because I am going to DC District Time, which I'm going to show this stuff here soon. I'm going to show, let me do, how do I do, okay. Share screen, we'll go to here. So it's hard to do what you're talking about doing, Mr. Larson. Always reminds me of Happy Gilmore with the nail in his head. That was his boss. So I thought District Time was going to be the first show kicking off this year, but I was just informed that Intersect just announced Charlotte, and the Charlotte Intersect is going to be March 1st, the weekend just before DC District Time. So now, I never addressed this on video. Paul, no, you didn't win. It was actually, I posted it up in my, let me see. I forget the guy's name. I already shipped him the stuff. He just got it today. Steve won it. He's on the West Coast, and I already shipped it. So hold on, Kevin, my buddy down in Florida says, I just did my 4th news interview at the Citrus Connection bus terminal in Lakeland. I will be on WTSP Channel 10 News this year. Is my 21st year. Holy cow, you've been doing that. So for those that don't know, and I don't know how to direct you to it, but Kevin actually helps people at that bus connection find what bus they're supposed to do. So if I were to go there and I'm not from the area and I don't know what bus I'm supposed to get on, I'm going to look lost and confused. Kevin's going to see that. He's going to come over and he goes, dude, where are you going? This is where you're going? Okay, get that bus. He knows all the connecting buses and everything. So it's pretty cool what he does. Okay, I'll focus on a large. James Duffy says, I'll focus on a large quantity of quality watches. Well, if you have the budget to do that, that's pretty baller. That's awesome. Tuxedo Manor, Random Rob, do you think the Big Eye has a chance to be a long-term keeper? Yes, and I'll tell you why. This is not a valid reason because I've contradicted myself on what I'm about to say in the past. But it's a rebuy, and it's a pretty expensive rebuy, and I don't want to rebuy it a third time at how much those things cost. So I've already allocated, I've already spent that money. That money's gone. So I'm keeping that one. So pretty much what you see on the table right now are keepers. And I know it's hard for you guys to see what's on the table, but I did the drawing a little while ago, and I posted it up in my community tab. I didn't do it on video. I just did it, and then I posted it up on my community tab of who won it. and then I verified that he was the right winner, and I shipped it off to him. So yes, Evan, 100%. I've been saved a few times at like airports. It's like, and as far as I know, Kevin actually volunteers. He doesn't actually he's not employed. He doesn't get paid to do it. He just does it. It's pretty cool. Yes, I did the drawing. We just covered this. I did the drawing. I didn't do it on video because that causes complications. Um, and it was, I just told you his name. What was his name? Steve or something? Yeah, Steve. And he's on the West Coast, and I shipped it, and he already emailed me today. What did he say? Just wanted to say thank you again for your generosity. Everything arrived this morning, and I will be putting these tools to use today. Um, and then he asked for Larry C's email address. I need to get him Larry C's email address because one of the things that he got in the giveaway was a custom built watch by Larry C, which I think Larry used in the Namoki's case, so it should be in Namoki's. I'll get back to him. So anyway, the Intersect. Oh, what is this? After Dark. This is different. So they're doing things a little bit different. I've been talking to Marcus at Formax. Actually, I talked to Wes a little bit too. He's the one that told me. And then I just talked to Marcus today. So it looks like you can buy an After Dark ticket. It is $40. Totally worth it. I did the Atlanta one, but it was the pre-show one. And it's definitely worth doing it. So it looks like this makes more sense. The after thing makes more sense. But there's the show. And you have to RSVP. So the show is from 10:30. Oh, early access is 10:30 to 12 noon. The show is from 12 to 5. Let me go back to this. I want to highlight Long Island John. So John says, bit the bullet, decided to send the SLA 043 in for service. Love the piece, but my watch OCD can't deal with the 20 seconds a day performance. And the SLA should have the 8L movement in it. And I'm assuming you're sending it into the Seiko service center. So yeah, that's a little bit out of spec. I think you can get that dialed in. Let's see here. Evan says, Kevin is one person who could pull off a pot. That would actually be appropriate, right? You could pop it out. So I met Kevin via email, like, I think a couple of years ago. And I sent him like 4 or 5 G-Shocks because at the time he hadn't really had a watch. And I feel like for most people that aren't used to wearing a watch, a G-Shock is the way to go. It's easy to read and it can just take a beating. So hopefully he's wearing those. I don't know if he is or not, but yeah. So you sent the SLA to Seiko and it is going to be money. Keep me posted. Actually, we could do a little video on that, John, because people are very interested on how much service fees are. So an SLA, they probably didn't tell you up front how much it is. There's probably going to be a baseline and then we'll let you know sort of thing. But I know it can escalate quickly, but it probably maxes out. I can't imagine that service is going to cost more than 300 tops. I could be wrong on that, but I can't imagine it costing more than that just for like, depends on if it needs a service or just a regulation. It probably doesn't need a service. It's not that old of a watch. Dane says, one day I should learn to regulate or whatever the term is on watches. Maybe, but it's like it's a rabbit hole on its own, Dane, because depending on what kind of watch you're doing, or honestly, it doesn't really matter. But like gaskets need to be taken care of properly, replaced or relubed. You need the correct tooling to remove the case back and put it back on. Yeah, Seiko brackets crown stem 550. So that's maybe what you're going to pay if you. Shit, that was probably an 8L movement though, wasn't it? So that's going to be different. So if you had a more entry level Seiko, it really wouldn't be that expensive. For example, like so, I know for a fact of this guy right here, the my SARB 059. This movement is not running. I'll fire up the Timegrapher. Let me unscrew the ground and wind it up. James has a question. Doesn't the 8L movement SLAs have to go to Japan for Seiko Service Center? Oh, Fedora Gent saying, yeah, it has to go to SSC. Yeah, I forget the number too. Yeah, Dwight. Dwight is regulating up to 5 positions. So, and when you're regulating too, Dwight will confirm this, or anybody that plays with watch movements. It's not a matter of just moving the regulation pivot point, you know, slow or fast. You have to deal with the, I forget what the terminology is. You have to deal with the beat error issue as well, and they're directly related to one another. And every movement's a little bit different on how you adjust those, and that's even smaller of a movement. So Fedora is saying the 8L service is $400. I mean, if you love the watch, I mean, I guess it's the cost of owning some of these watches. But for example, this SARB 059 has the 6R15, which is notorious for the I always forget like the name of the movements, but the I can't remember what the heck the part is, but the pallet fork, I think, is what it is notorious for not, it's being a little more problematic than the 6R35. So if I were going, I probably wouldn't get the 6R15 serviced. I would actually probably just buy a 6R35 and swap the movement out in this watch. But yeah, I would probably just replace the whole movement, but I wouldn't replace it with a 6R15. I should be able to directly swap over to a 6R35, which uses a escapement, and watch just did a little bit of a blip on this, and he's talked about it for years actually now. The 6R35, the hopefully I'm not butchering this up. The pallet fork is constructed using MIMS, which is a manufacturing process, and it's more precise and is less problematic within the 6R movement. So I gave this thing a full wind. I'm checking the Timegrapher on my SARB. I already did this before though, and I got to look up the lift angle. So that's the other thing too. You got to like, yeah, it's actually pretty bad. I didn't want to. I shouldn't even put it on there. So let me go here. Let's do this. I think it's 52. It's 53. So I got it set on 52. That's pretty close. It isn't going to be that big of a deal. And it's, the amplitude is low. I know this is a full wind. The amplitude is, let me move this crap out of the way so you can see this. Can you guys see that? I know there's too much reflection, but the amplitude is 235. Beat error is 0.3 milliseconds, and it's running fast at like plus 41 seconds. So not great, to say the least. Not great. Now that was an eBay purchase and it came from Japan. I probably could have threw a fit, but I want the watch. So even if I have to deal with the movement, which I will at some point, I will have to move. I will have to do something with it. Yeah, like Jeff says, don't put the 6R. And I've done that, but the amplitude is still low. Like it's like taking the red pill or the blue pill in the Matrix. The amplitude is low and it's running fast. So, um, and I already have a new crystal for it and I have a new bezel for it. So I probably am going to purchase a 6R35 and I'm going to talk to probably Larry C or somebody, or like an actual watchmaker, and see about getting a refresh done on it because this is a keeper. I want to keep this. Yeah, you've been taking the Seiko pill. Essentially, it's and yeah, I might do the same thing that John is doing. I might end up spending $400 on putting a different movement and everything in this, but and it's not an SLA, but it's a watch that I want. It's a watch that I bought, and it's a watch that I would like to keep. So to me, yeah, it really inflates the price. But if for some miracle this serial flipper can classify this as an end user watch, meaning that I am going to be the only one that keeps this and wear this until I'm whatever, no longer into watches or gone or something, then it's kind of worth spending the 400 bucks. Yeah, and I'm also with Chris on this one. I'll take 20 seconds fast a day versus 5 seconds slow. I don't know why my monkey brain works that way, but I'm the same way. But I have so many watches. This isn't a priority, so I'm slowly like acquiring parts. I've already priced out a 6R35. I think Esslinger has it. If we go back to this screen, we can actually go to Esslinger, and we can go to 6R. I think you can buy them here. Maybe not. Let's see. There's a bunch of quartz. Where's their automatics? You can get a 7S. I thought you could get you know what? I think you can get the 6R15. I don't want another 6R15. If I'm going to go through the trouble of putting a movement in it, I'm putting a 6R35 in it. And even the 6R35 isn't great. The 6R35 is known to like be a little spastic as well, but it's going to be cleaner than the 6R15. So there's an NH. I mean, I could go backwards with it. I actually, as messed up as that sounds, I wouldn't be opposed to that either. I could throw an NH whatever 35. What's just the date model? I don't know if it all lines up though. I'd have to verify that. I mean, I'd like to keep a 6R in it because that was one of the reasons people bought that watch, is because it had that new movement. And at the time, it was a new movement because the SARB 059's been out a while. It's not that new of a watch. It's been discontinued longer than I think I've been collecting watches, honestly. These are all quartz. Do they not have? Anyway, you can get them on eBay. You can, I don't know where else you can buy them. I could probably even, let's go to eBay. I don't know who else sells movements. No, I want just, what is, I could just put a big bearing in there, I guess. It'd probably help if I use the R instead of a 5. I want just the movement, not a watch. I don't think I could buy a watch and get it. Okay, so genuine 6R35 is 260 bucks. So yeah. Jeff says, I have a few 6R35 movements that work very well on the wrist. Use an app to determine, then adjust. So that's probably what I'll do. Yeah, or I could just put a 7S in it. Just go old school. No, I'll do the 6R at some point, but it's like I said, it's not a priority. I'll make a video about it. But I did this. I literally did this to a SARB 059 um, years ago. So I haven't been like telling you guys that I'm looking at doing this because I did this before and then I sold it all, and I don't want to jinx myself. So I'm just kind of slowly grabbing all the parts. Like so, um, I already purchased because they're getting hard to find. I already have a new bezel for the SARB 059, and then I have the authentic Seiko Hardlex. I don't think it's sapphire. I think it's Hardlex, but I want to keep it like all original. So I'll probably order a few gaskets and stuff like that, and then get the movement, and then just have a complete refresh done on it. So, and then even that ZRC, I just bought this from Exquisite. This is the problem with it's not. I don't know how to say it. It's not really a problem because you got to remember these are tiny little machines with springs and gears and plastic and metal and synthetic rubies and different lubricants and everything. Um, so sometimes they go wonky. So you got to deal with it. So I just picked up the ZRC from Exquisite, and I don't want to bug them with it. They gave me a deal on it and stuff. So um, I'm not the kind of guy that is going to do that. So I'll probably send this, and I got to look up the lift angle on it, but I'm just going to throw it on the Timegrapher to double check it. Jeremy says, "Hey, Rob, I just picked up the Watches of Espionage black FKM rubber strap for my Tudor Pepsi. Awesome strap." Yeah, I have the green one on my Casio in the camera there. And in my cart, Jeremy, I don't know if you live in a cold climate or warm climate, but go back to watches. I'll show this in a minute. I'll do a screen share, but I have in my cart, I'm going to order a couple more of their wool caps. Their wool caps are super good. It's been like 15 degrees and it's going to get colder here. I've been wearing these wool caps from Watches of Espionage, and they're awesome. So I'm going to go and I'm going to order the black strap like you got. Yeah, Jeremy, go back to Watches of Espionage and order their wool cap. I have a little bit bigger noggin, so it fits perfect because I did buy a couple of other brands and they're a little tight. The W.O.E one is perfect for the larger noggin. It'll fit smaller too, but it just stretches nice. And it's merino wool. It's made in the USA. It's solid. Todd says 2 words for accurate movement: spring drive. I agree with you on that, Todd, but what is the service charge on a spring drive? So that's the other thing. Like, for example, this ZRC, now I do worry about, because the way the crown works, like I'd have to send it to definitely a competent watchmaker, but to get this thing serviced, it's a Sellita SW200. So again, I threw it on the Timegrapher. Amplitude solid. There's no beat there. See, now it performs fine. When I first got it here and I put it on Timegrapher, it was way off. It's plus 9 seconds. I'm totally fine with that. I have no. Okay, ZRC's fine. I have no problem with the ZRC. Should I put the Tudor on and see what it looks like? Okay, so the ZRC is good. So I just saved money. The way my monkey brain works is I thought I was going to have to spend money on the ZRC to get it regulated. I just saved money. So now I can go over to Watches of Espionage and I can buy something. All right, let's throw the Tudor on the Timegrapher and see how it performs. Yeah, plus 9 is fine. I'm totally fine with that. Okay, so the Tudor is... I freaking love this watch. The amplitude's 321, and the screen is dirty, but and I got glare from the, and it's flatline. It's 0 plus 1. It's right in there. It's in that sweet spot. I know that was probably making you sick, but things running perfect. And I'm rocking it on this Forget the brand name. These guys. Bowling and Sons. Awesome leather strap. I will definitely buy more of those. Absolutely lovely strap. Oh, got snots. Yeah, Booling. Thank you. Tennessee Mike, throw the G-Shock on there. I bet you it's accurate. Yeah, the G-Shock is always spot on. But not some of the other Casios aren't. The strap is so nice, yeah. Okay, let's take a look. Let's go back to screen share. Because I'm not kidding when I tell you guys this. If you guys are in a cold climate or it gets a little chilly and you just want to look cool, I'm telling you, this hat right here, I have the black one and I'm going to order, I think I'm going to order 2 green ones because I got a buddy I work with. I'm going to gift him one, and then I want a green one to go with my black one. This hat, and when you wear it, at least when I wear it, that brim, the fold over on it is not that big. It's usually just the little spade flag. So 100%, and they're $39. I don't know if you guys know anything about USA made merino wool beanies. They're usually not $39. They're usually more like $89 or more. So MJ says Duckworth beanies are also great. Same wool, made in America. Okay, so those are good too. What's the price point on those, MJ? So I'm ordering a couple more of these. So I'm ordering a couple of green ones. They're legit good. So I'll be doing that. Also, the watch straps. I am going to order the black FKM. I want to try, I don't know if, I think their leather's too short or something. What was the length of this thing? Yeah, see, it says at 5.75 to 7.5. I have a 7.25 inch wrist, and I know it would fit, but I feel like it'd be towards the end. Maybe I'll still get it and try it, and if I don't like it, I'll just give it to somebody else. But I wish, but see, I don't know, that's $115 when I know this one. What is the length on this one, though? I'll have to check it. We'll see. I'll check it. I wonder if W.O.E would like work with me if I reached out to him. That's always sold out. But yeah, I'm going to order the black FKM rubber. I have the green one right here on this guy. It's awesome. It wears great. It has a little bit of angle on it. So just for reference, it has, see when it comes off the watch head, it angles a little bit. If you look at how much the angle, this is not me. I didn't shape this. This is the way they ship them. The way strap habit angles, it articulates around the wrist better than the W.O.E one. But it's a cool color, and I probably won't order the black one. I'll probably order another green one. I have a bunch of strap habit straps on the way, so I'm going to be mixing up some new stuff for for this guy, because I'm going to be wearing this left-hand drive Pelly, so I need different strap options. Michael Weston, burn notice. I'm sure they would. I'm sure they might. Okay. Yeah, I'll reach out to him. I think I talked to him before, but I did just reach out to Uncle. Let me bring it. Let's go back screen share. I'm just trying to give you guys up to date what I'm doing here. Okay, no, do here. I just reached out to Uncle Straps. It used to be Uncle Seiko, or whatever. They can't call it Uncle Seiko now, so it's just Uncle. And I noticed on their bracelets They have stuff for the the pelagos. So half links for one. Now it's not an articulating half link, whereas the regular links on the bracelet for the Pelly articulates more. But with the way I have the bracelet sized, it works. But I know as I continue to lose weight that I'm going to need that half link. So I want to get that half link. That's $40. And then I really wanted to try this. The Pelly bracelet is great, but I'm always a sucker for a 5 link, like a Jubilee style. They can't call it that, but that's what we know it as. So they're going to send me one of those as well. So I'm excited to try that on. Hopefully, we'll go from there. See, James Duffy says, speaking of straps, some cheap grommeted canvas straps just arrived from Amazon right now. Yeah, sometimes the straps aren't just about price. I think more often than not they are, but sometimes you can get some really good. I've had some really good even leather straps that were junk, cheap leather, but they were just so dang comfortable. Yeah, the beads of rice. And don't they make the razor? Actually, I need to order a razor because I just picked up that tuna. I'd love to put a razor on that tuna. So what is, how do you go? Rubber, nylon, Velcro accessories. Don't they have for straight bar? Straight ends. Yeah, right there. Well, actually, it even shows it on a tuna. So I want to get the new, and this is the new razor bracelet too, I think. So I would like to order another razor. I have a bunch of parts, but I need it in 22 mil. I like the razor. That bracelet is still the most comfortable bracelet I've ever tried. So I will order one of those as well. I forgot about that. Is that a legit spork? Do you guys remember those? Isn't that what that was called? That's a pretty rare watch, if that's a legit one. Those are cool. Seiko should bring that back. That's a beast of a watch. Okay. Let me look at some comments. H-links always look nice. My issue with H-link, if they're not done right, they do look amazing. But if they're not done right, to remove like one link to get your size right, you have to take more than what you think. So it's like they're a little tricky to get sized right if you have a problem. Is that tuna on the desk blue? No, it is the black variant. So this is the SBBN 045, I think, is what it is. Pretty sure that's what it is. I already kind of made a video on it. I'll post it soon. Maybe I'll even post it tomorrow. Let's see. I forgot what your most worn watch was last year. It was the Seiko Orange Monster. This guy right here. I don't know if that's going to be the case this year because, like I said, I'm going to wear this Tudor for 90 days. And then we just built John's friend a tuna. Chris says, oh, I was unaware you could get them in quartz. Oh, that's right, because you have the automatic variant of the tunas. So these ones, the original tunas, the original ones might have been automatic. But I think the original tunas were quartz. I think they came out in 1975, didn't they? I should brush up my history on the tunas. But anyway, at some point, at least more recently, they developed a movement called the 7C46. And it's a quartz movement. It's a high torque quartz movement with jewels and everything. It's not quite like a 9F quartz, Grand Seiko movement, but it's kind of like a trickle down effect from that, even though it came out before the 9F, I think. And it's only used in the tunas. So their tunas, at least in more recent history, as far as I know, are more known to be quartz Okay, Fedora Jet says the Tuna 6159 was 1975. Yeah. So it's kind of like a birth year watch for me, really, but even though it's not. Heaven says I would love to hear Arnie say tuna. It's not tuna. Yeah, my memory's bad on a lot of this stuff. I just like I pull like little pieces from it, so I'm not always right. So don't hold me to it. That's the problem with trying to hold too much information, especially as I get older. It's like, yet I still remember part numbers of like hitches for like full size Chevy trucks, or like because I used to work warehouse jobs, or I remember like um, laminate. I used to sell like, or not sell, but I used to warehouse laminate, and I remember part numbers for different names of laminate, and like just, I mean, shoot, you guys probably, here's an example. You guys probably remember, most of you guys are not old, but older, right? You got some age behind you. Um, you guys probably remember your childhood phone number. And my childhood, with a lot of you guys, my phone did this. So it had a rotary dial on it, right? With a cord, and you got the longer cord so you could go around the corner and talk. I still remember that phone number. That was 40 some years ago. Nobody even has landlines anymore, hardly. So you guys probably remember your childhood phone number too, and all of your buddies that you would call on a regular basis because you had to remember those numbers. And Nolan still, yeah. Now you're really dating yourself. I still remember my Blockbuster membership number. Oh, that was the worst, especially like if you were calling outside of your town or something, which usually you didn't because you had to pay for long distance. So it was just like the 3 digits and then the four, but you'd get that last one wrong and you're like, son of a bitch. And you got to like hang up and just start over. Oh my God, MJ, the Columbia Record Clubs. Oh, that was such a scam, but man, we all used it, didn't we? And COD, my brother and I used to order concert. We all through school we used to wear like concert T-shirts, like Metallica and Slayer and Anthrax and stuff like that. And we'd go out of the back of a catalog. We ordered a bunch of these shirts. We'd always order them COD. So then the UPS driver would show up, and you had to like pay him, or otherwise he's not leaving the package. Those were the good old days, huh? Can't do that now. Oh, Floridian, come on now. I still remember my carrier pigeons. Oh man. All right, let's go back to watches. It's good to reminisce, but we old. We're getting old. I think my beard's starting to turn white. The party line. All right. So watches 2025. Oh, in the title of the chat, I said the show season. Let's go back to the shows. We can go back to the shows. Let's go do screen share. And so I talked about Intersect, Charlotte. That's March 1st. And I'll remind you guys more later. Then directly after that show is District Time. District Time. Now they moved the venue, so hopefully it's still the same vibe. But District Time has become my favorite show. And actually my wife has even warmed up to DC. Her and I both love going to DC. We drive there. We drive up. We drive through Pennsylvania, dip down, drive into DC, park the car, and pretty much walk from there. You don't really need the car; you just park it and leave it. You can go walk the mall and see all the monuments, or you can go check out museums, which we're going to hit more museums this year. And then District Time is just a great show. So they are asking people to RSVP this year. You can see the way the website's laid out. Definitely go get your ticket. They may have sold out. I'm not sure, but they have like a VIP ticket available too. And you can see it. There's a picture from last year. It gets pretty busy. You can see all the great brands here. Here's Notice, that's Wes and Cullen. You can see Circula's right here. This guy's back of his head is blocking the Circula brand owner. And you can see here's Peter from Jack Mason. I think back over here in this corner, if I'm not mistaken, was let me get orientated here. I'm pretty sure that was Swiss Watch Company USA, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong. Dorenzo was there. Laurier was there. I'm trying to spot people. It's hard to tell. I need more pictures. But it looks like lead sponsors. Dane says DC's full of swampy creatures. DC is the swamp for sure. Nobody's going to argue against that. Even the people that are in that swamp, they know it's the swamp. So lead sponsors, Christopher Ward. So we'll get to see those that group of their booth is always crazy busy. And then of course Zal Baltimore, because Baltimore is really close to DC. So we'll get to hang out with Alan, the owner of Zal. I'd like to go see his new facility. I don't know if we'll have time to do that, but he's got a new like kind of showroom build out and stuff. And I need to check with him. I'll hit him up tomorrow. Featured sponsors, Islander. So Mark will be there. Little Treasure is going to be there, which also, if you're kind of in the area, Little Treasure Jewelry has a great showroom. They're not too far. Swiss Watch Company USA, they'll be there. And then we have Canopy. So my buddy Mac will be there. I'm not sure what Hampton is. Hampden. Some of these I'm not super familiar with. Markwell will be there. He's I think isn't he setting all this up. Trafford Watch Company will be there. Marathon will be there. And then there's all of these guys too. Let's see. I'm not familiar with all of these. Baltic will be there. Colorado Watch Company will be there, of course. Bremore, Bespoke. Doxa will be there, but under the Little Treasure Jewelry. And it's funny that the picture they show for the Doxa is the left-hand drive of the sub 300. I still want to get that in. I'm going to get it in from Exquisite because I want to view that next to mine. I possibly could be persuaded to sell mine and buy the left-hand drive one just because I like weird crown positions. It's not necessary, but it's cool that they made it. It's stupid, but Draken, Dryden, Dufresne coming all the way from Texas. Formex will be there, of course. Feynman, Fears will be there. Fire and Swit will be there. Echo. Not familiar with this brand. There's the Hampton. That's actually a cool looking watch with the power reserve. That's pretty wild looking. There's Heinrich will be there. Heron. Loki will be there. Little Treasure, of course, will be showing off some Grand Seikos. Jack Mason, Islander, Laurier, Marathon, Mark Time. Oh, Mark Time. That's a new model from Mark Time. I've had Mark Time on the channel. That was a while ago. I have not seen that one. I need to reach out to them. A lot of these brands, like I do the videos and then they just drop off because I don't maintain those relationships. I don't have an unpaid intern. I need a unpaid intern to be like monitor that stuff. And I get so busy. Richard Harvey, Notice, of course, Ocean Crawler, Stella. That's a cool watch. RZE will be there. Townsend, Tipson. This is Vortic Watch Company. Vario, that was actually really cool to catch up with him there. And then, yeah, I'm with Dane on this one. Like, I really wish, and it doesn't have to be Elshin. I've been to a watch show in Chicago, I think it was, and it might have been the original, it's minutes and hours now, but I think it was Microlux before. I want to say Zelos was at that show, but he had some reps running it. So Elshin doesn't need to come to the USA. I think that would be a huge deal, but I know he's busy or maybe he can't leave for whatever reason. But the brand needs to be there with some brand ambassadors. Like, Dane, you could work the booth. Like I would go work the booth or something. He just needs to get the brand there. I think it would be really cool. But does he really, though, too? Because he freaking sells out every time. So Jason says, you better maintain your relationship with it. You know how to get a hold of me, man. I'm right here. I'm always right here. Matt says, it was cool meeting you at District Time last year. Well, are you going to go again this year, Matt? Like, I'm going to be there for sure. It's a new venue, and I'm excited to see what it looks like. Mr. Zelos brand ambassador. See, he's just got to go to one of these shows. But see, the 2025 season's probably already kind of booked up. Like the booths are probably already full at district time. I don't know if there's any vacancies. So he probably wouldn't be able to make that one. But that really is the show he should make if he's going to. Otherwise, he can't make the Intersect show because of their criteria for being there. He would have to go. He would have to talk to the network, however Intersect is not voted on, but okay, Matt, you'll be there, and you already know that the showroom is a good space. Good. That's good to hear. Because I've heard the show space for Worn and Wound Windup in New York was not that great, which they have not posted. They have not posted locate or dates yet for. They're still on 2024 dates, but literally these dates I think line up for this year too. I think so. If they do the same venue in the same time of year, they should be really close to the same. But this is 2024. So we need 2025 dates. Worn and Wound. We need these dates. I know you guys are probably working on it, but people need to book flights. Like I need to book flights. I need to book hotels. Like I got to get on this stuff. But legit, look at this picture right here. Look at that's the venue in San Francisco. It's out on the pier. That's the venue for San Francisco and Windup. They have to move the venue in Chicago. They definitely have to move that. Let's see. James says, I am already planning to have some cool new stuff to show you when you come for Windup. I'm excited I'm super excited to go to San Francisco this year. It might, I don't want to jinx any future travel plans, but there's a possibility that this could be like one of my last, I don't want to say my last trip to San Francisco, but like 2025 San Francisco, I might not replicate that again in 2026. I might have to switch it up a little bit and go to some different spots. Paul thinks Chicago's a good venue. I do and I don't. I think Chicago has, but I'm biased because I'm in the Midwest. Chicago's not too far from me, but I wish Chicago was a bigger show. I think it has the capability of being a bigger show. Does that make sense? That would be cool. I don't know what one you're going to because I think they're going to be in Dallas. Let's see. You guys are having some minutes. Let me see. MJ says minutes and hours. Chicago, April will be my first watch of that. I'm probably going to go to that one. Let me. Do they have updated info? Is this 2025? This is not 2025. This is last year. But they'll probably do the same time of year. So when is it line up still March, April 5th and 6th? So it still lines up. It's probably those are 2024 dates, but oh no, that says 2025. What is going on, Windup? Look at Minutes and Hours has their crap together. They already have their 2025 date. Who do I got to talk to over at? You know what? Hold on. I'm going to message Windup right now. Let's see. Who do I got to talk to over here? Warren. I'm too old. I don't know how to use the internet. This is not what I'm trying to search for. Okay, I'll do this later. I thought it was going to be easier. Let's see. Travis is here. He says he's definitely going to minutes and hours. I'll see you there too, Trav. And then honestly, I would like to try to hit up again. It's a Midwest thing. It's in Indiana, and I really think there could be another show in Indiana, like even in Indianapolis. I think we could make that. Maybe Travis and I should try to do a show in Indianapolis. And actually, we could get a hold of anonymous watch guy too. Josh is my local contact in Chicago. Spot in Chicago could be a better location size and somewhere with foot traffic. Yeah, I don't. You know what? I would even be fine with going outskirts and get rid of the foot traffic. I don't think you need traffic, but I have a lot of ideas for shows. Needs to be a show in Naples. There, you just go to Exquisite Timepieces. There's a show there every day. I would actually like to get down to Naples, but I usually go in February, and I'm already spread too thin with travel. There's no way I can make it there. I agree. The Fort Mason Pier is the freaking perfect spot. I'm sure that is a wicked expensive venue, but they just pass the cost on because they charge the vendors a grip load of money. If you guys had any idea how much they charge, um, let's just say I think this year it might be close to, if not five figure. It's a lot of money. Well, I can't just fly to Naples to get dinner, Dane. Like, I only have so much vacation time, and I only have so much travel budget, which is like none. So the venue at Minutes and Hours in Chicago is tight. It gets a little packed. I will say that, but it is a great location, and they did 2 floors this last year. So um, I don't know what else they could do. I don't know if there's more space they could take in that same area because it's like in a mall, but it's a cool spot. Honestly, um, and it's right on Michigan Ave. I wonder if the Windup Watch Fair could probably do something there too. I'd have to go check it out. Design says 9,000 per vendor for Worn and Wound last time I heard. It wasn't that high last year, but I think they did have to up it a little bit. So I don't know. It is what it is. It escalated. It's growing pains. Like the people are going to grumble about it, like the vendors and stuff. But the reality is they have massive expense to put those shows on. The only watch show for me living away from a major city in Australia is my local mall. That's sorry, Evan. Paul says the Cubs are playing that weekend too. Dane says 2 minute warning. Thank you. Appreciate it. Travis says Moyers is trying to be part of an event, so I'm down for an event here. Well, we need to. I said it before, and I don't. Maybe you don't want it, but we should probably swap information, and we could probably put something on. We could. It doesn't. Yeah, I mean, there's authorized dealers, there's brands, there's stuff happening in the Midwest and Indiana. Like we could put something on, and it could be like what do you call it? A nonprofit venture. It would have to be because we don't know what we're doing. So let's see here. Needs to be a show in Naples. I can try to read some comments before I sign off. Yeah, every time you always bolt off like a superhero or something, and you've seen a bat signal or something, you just take off, gone. Let's see. Are you a member of MI Micro and Indie Collective? No, I'm not a. I'm not a member of anything. I just kind of do my own thing. Good night, Paul. Paul's probably tired from shoveling. I know Texas got some snow. Isn't it early in Texas? Why is it good night? You know, I do these live streams from 8:30 to 9:30, and then I still go do other things. I already did my shipping. I had to ship more things from the Sunday Fun Day was a pretty good, successful Sunday Fun Day too. So I think all but one did one. No, I think I sold them all. There kind of already is a show in Kansas City because Jerry from Dryden does one, and I'd like to make that show, but it's usually right before Christmas. So I would like to make that show maybe this year. We'll see. Barbecue sauce and watches don't mix. Yeah, that is true. Floridian's out of here too. Now everyone's really showing their age. They got to go to bed at 8 o'clock. Oh man! All right, let's do that loom thing that I always do. Let's. Can I go dark with this screen? Is there a dark screen on this one? Just close it. So then we can do. I gotta. All right. There, hide the comment, loom it up. I gotta shut this off. It's a process. It takes me a second. It's a process. I gotta move some watches back in play here because I moved them. The tuna's slippery. I want to put it like that so you can see it. Where's my flashlight? Tuna. Boom, 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 boom. It's not going to be amazing, but there'll be some loom. Boom. There's loom. The tuna's the brightest one on there. No, I am not going to New York. I don't think I'm going to go to New York for a while. Maybe in 2026. No, I do want barbecue ribs too. Yeah, the Helson is pretty legit too. Not gonna lie. It's BGW9, but it's still solid. All right, thanks for joining the live stream, everybody. I'll see you on the next vid.